Okay.
Caught me at the right time, baby. Oh, I was at the end. Made me feel like that.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Natasha. Go ahead and subscribe. The button is somewhere over here. Today I'm going to be doing a hair and makeup video. I'm going to be giving you guys a bombshell type of look, like a natural bombshell. Like, you know, like it's giving bombshell like in real life. Okay, no filters, baby. Okay, so if you want to see how I got this look, make sure you guys are liking this video and subscribing and keep watching. Hello guys, so we're gonna get started with this video. I'm really excited because I'm gonna be doing my hair and makeup for you guys today. So I'm gonna be doing like a bombshell kind of look. I feel like I'm going out tonight and I want to do like something in my comfort zone, but I also want to like bring it up a notch. So this won't necessarily be my go-to look. It's gonna be like a little we're gonna be giving bombshell. Okay, so just a disclaimer, my lip is literally, I'm looking at the monitor, swollen right here. I have mirrors and everything. Okay, we get it together. I literally use this freaking, where is it at, and it's so good too. I just had it in my hand. I use this lip gloss, which is so nice, but it like broke out my lip because it's plumping, so that irritated me. So I'm gonna have to put that down. And then I broke, let me not flick y'all off, 2 nails the day before I'm supposed to go out. My nails be intact when I'm at home, but now that I'm going out, my nails want to break, and then I don't have an appointment until Friday. Today's Wednesday, by the way. So bear with me. I'm gonna still push through with the look. Okay, I'm not gonna let that stop me, because you know there'd be the little things that try to bring it down. So yeah, I'm going out tonight to dinner. I'm not doing a full get ready with me. If you guys check out my vlogs, you will see why. But I'm going to be doing my hair and makeup for you guys. So today I'm going to be working with RPGSHOW Lifestyle. I have talked about them before. They're basically a extension of the RPGSHOW brand, and they offer, you know, more natural styles, more toned down styles, reserved and more affordable wigs. So they're still great quality, but you know, they just cater to the everyday girls. So this is actually really pretty. It's like the color is only in the front, so it's only gonna frame your face. You don't have color all around. So for those of you guys who may be scared to do like highlights throughout the hair, or you don't want color at the ends, this is perfect. This color is literally just going to frame my face, which I like, because I keep trying to get into the like jet blacks and like, you know, those kind of colors, and I just don't feel like that girl with that in my head. Like, I always feel like I need some kind of color, but I don't always want a full head of color or highlights or anything like that. So I think this is going to be perfect. So I'm thinking a middle part with like loose curls. I don't want them too tight because the length, I believe, I'm going to leave all the information below. Oh, I can look right here. I believe it's a 16 inch. If I'm right, you guys, I'm amazing. It is a 16 inch. So I have a little cheat code right here. It is a 16 inch silky texture. It comes pre-colored, and it has Swiss lace, and the lace is light brown, which I think works because I'm able to tint it if necessary. Sorry, I don't necessarily have to, but yeah, I can do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this. You guys know I don't really like talking during my installs. It just throws me off my A game. So if you guys do want a more in-depth type of video, make sure you guys check out my other videos. I have a bunch of dedicated hair videos, but I'm gonna be doing the same old my wig install with my spray, and I'm most likely gonna do like my signature curls. When we get there, we'll talk, but I'm gonna do the install real quick, so just sit back and enjoy. just, yep, the part did it. That'll do it. Because I was like, okay, Tasha, you're looking a little crazy now. So I'm going to just flatten. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't want anything to drop. Oh my gosh. And I know I didn't say it because I was moving and shaking, but I was using this Andrew Fitzsimmons hairspray, which I am obsessed with. So I'm about to spray the top of my hair. It says hard, but it's not that hard, honestly. It's like a nice hold. Not this curl liner on my laptop. Okay. And I'm gonna just use that to just kind of flatten it out. It's crazy how like we want our hair to be flat, but like we're constantly adding volume. So I just want to let you guys know I am like a layering whore, okay? I did not layer anything. The hair came perfectly. It's bouncy. Like, this looks so pretty. This is definitely giving bombshell. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this down one more time and put the silk scarf down to continue to lay it, and I will be back. Okay, so I've zoomed in, hair's pulled back and laying still. I'm gonna do my makeup. So before you do your makeup, try to do your skincare routine. You know, it works for you. I did my thing. My skin is slippy and slidey the way I like it. It helps the makeup glide on. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera because we don't need to see that and we've seen it before. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so ignore the brows, okay? They look very strong, but they're gonna tone down as I do the rest of my makeup. That's kind of why I hate doing my brows first, because I feel like they just look so ridiculous at the beginning. Like, they just look crazy. But I do want a bolder look today. I do want it to look like I have makeup on, so we're going full force, okay? So please ignore the brows for now. I'm gonna be doing the eyes now. Why am I talking like that? And I'm just using concealer to create an eyeshadow base for the shadow. I don't actually use eyeshadow bases. I like concealer because it blends into the skin and it doesn't have that, it doesn't look like just eyes. It's not overwhelming. It kind of just blends and makes everything seamless. You see how I can like blend this out, but it's gonna like blend into my skin. Today I'm gonna be going into my Huda Beauty nude, I think this is the darkest one, nude rich palette. I really like this palette. It's like the mauvey browns, so I really like this palette a lot. It's not like too warm and it's not too pink. It's like right in the middle. And my outfit today is literally like this color right here, like this mauvey color. So I'm gonna try to, you know, incorporate that in some way. So these don't have names, unfortunately, but I'm gonna be using this brown color right here as my transition with this fluffy brush. And these are very pigmented, so like a little bit goes a long way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I have not dipped back in there. As you guys can see, I'm just diffusing the eyeshadow. And I'm gonna take a more condensed brush like this and go into the same color and focus that in the crease because I don't want it to spread too much. I don't want this to get crazy. I'm just gonna go like so. And focus that on the outer part. And you see the difference that makes when you change your brush? It just changes the eyeshadow look. And I am going out at night, so I'm gonna aim to do kind of like a smokier kind of look. Something very just pretty and sultry. So now I'm gonna go into this dark shade. It might look black on camera. No, it doesn't. It's a dark brown, but it's like a purple dark brown. And I'm gonna focus that right there. And that little V. I know my hand movements are moving fast, but that's literally just how I move. And I like to go back and forth with the eyes. I know people do one eye at a time. Baby, that is not for me. I do everything, whatever I did to one eye, I do to the other to make sure it's as cohesive as possible. I ain't perfect, but look, we're gonna try. And I'm trying to focus this on the ends so that it's like elongating my eyes and giving me a more sultry look. Instead of doing it rounded, I'm like bringing it out a little bit. Not exaggerated, just slightly. So now I'm actually going to take this brown that we used from the beginning and put it all over my eyelid, because I want the base of this to be more on the dark side. I don't want my skin peeking through for this look. I want it to be more brown. And now I'm just gonna blend everything together and add a little bit more of that dark color. Honestly, this color is stunning. This may be like my new go-to brown smoky because this is it. But since I'm going out tonight, I do want a little twinkle. So I'm gonna go into my Pat McGrath. I honestly probably could use one of these, but I feel like the formulation is different. These are more like full shadows instead of like, excuse my nails, y'all. It's more of like a full shadow versus an iridescent-y kind of shade, if that makes sense. I'll show you all the difference. So like this Pat McGrath shade that I always use, this gold, it doesn't look gold on camera, but you guys see how it's more like spaced out. Do you guys see the difference? It's definitely more like an iridescent kind of look. This is like a full coverage shadow. This is more of like a glitter shimmer situation. So I'm gonna add a little bit of shimmer because why not? Because why not? So I'm gonna take my finger, my broken nail, and go into that Pat McGrath, and I'm just gonna place that over my eyelids. And I don't have any adhesive because again, I want it to be iridescent. I don't want it to be too pigmented. And then I'm literally gonna take that brush and just blend it out so that it's there, but it's not there, guys. You know the vibe. It looks messy, but it's gonna be pretty, especially at night. And I'm just blending that because I do want that to messily be all over my eyes. You know, like a Beyonce kind of look. And I want to get rid of that fallout under my eyes. So like I said, I want full coverage, full glam, so that's what I'm going to be giving today. So I don't need to moisturize my face anymore. I was going to, but I'm like, Tasha, don't be ridiculous. So yeah, I'm going to be going into my face now, and I'm going to go back to my eyes later, but I just like to do my eyes like last again. Don't ask. It's a me thing. So I'm going to go in with my Pat McGrath primer. I've kind of been liking this again. I know I was talking a little mess about it, but I like it, okay? So I'm gonna put that all over. I typically will moisturize again, but I literally did my skincare routine right before I got on camera, so no need to over moisturize like very excessive. And if you've been wanting to try this but you feel like this is too pricey, literally just get the NYX Marshmallow Primer. It's the same thing, and I also kind of think it's better. It's like more moisturizing, if that's what you like. You guys know I like a nice moisturized base, so I really enjoy that one. But this is definitely comparable, and they have the same texture, the same smell. I'm convinced it's the same product. And you guys know me, I like to double prime. I like to double everything because this face is gonna stay on all night, okay? So I actually picked up this primer the other day. This is the Milk, what is this called? Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. So I do not like mattifying primers. I cannot stress that enough. If you guys know, you know. But this one was not that bad. I tried it yesterday and it wasn't bad. So I'm actually really gonna try to focus that just in my T-zone because I like the rest of my face to look quenched. I don't like that mattifying look, if we're being honest. So I'm gonna use it in the center of my face. It definitely took the shine down. Like you guys can see that immediately. And it gives that like poreless kind of look. So I do like looking poreless, but matte I can kind of do without. And I actually have not color corrected in a while, but I had a few breakouts last week and I need to correct this area. So I'm gonna use my NARS color corrector on my chin area. I guess I'll just do above my lip. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend all that out. So today, you guys, I'm gonna finally be using a new foundation. I'm gonna be using the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I tried it yesterday and I was pleased, so I'm gonna just wear it again to like really see how I feel about it. But it had a decent coverage. I feel like it was a little matter than I would prefer, but that also could have been because I used this all over yesterday. So I'm pretty sure that had to do with it. So I'm gonna be using shade 4 and 6/8, and this is what it looks like. I did about, I don't know how many pumps I did, 3 or 4. But this is what it looks like. It was a pretty decent match. I will say I was a little nervous about that. So I'm using my Morphe brush and I'm just gonna stipple that all over. I'll say this did photograph beautifully. Like, beautifully. Like, I was looking back at a picture that I took and I was like, excuse me, I did not post it, but I was like, wow, it's giving skin. I'm gonna use my Morphe spray. And I like to do that just to kind of help with the blendability. It kind of changes the formula of the foundation, and also helps with the longevity of the foundation as well. So it has a few benefits. One spray could change your life. And I'm gonna slowly like blend out those brows because baby, you doing too much. It's getting too loud. I've definitely been gravitating towards more neutral foundations. I used to be like a warm girl, like I'm warm, I'm yellow. Girl, neutral works just fine because I'm literally right in the middle, so I prefer that. And the coverage on this, I would personally say is medium, but you guys know I like medium coverage. I like coverage, but I don't like too much coverage. Like let me think of a foundation. Like Juvia's Place, too much coverage. Like great foundation, but too much coverage for me. Low key the Pat McGrath. I mean, not Pat McGrath. I love that foundation. Charlotte Tilbury has a little bit too much coverage for me as well, or like it's just too thick. I don't like super thick foundations because I don't stop at my foundation. I add product after that, so it's like I need a little wiggle room, you know? So I'm just patting that out and it's giving second skin. And it feels very, very lightweight. Like even though I use a few pumps, it doesn't feel like heavy on my skin. And I think that's why I prefer medium coverage foundations, because when you use a full coverage foundation, even if you use a little bit, it just feels super like heavy. It feels like you got a clay mask on. Like I personally do not like that feeling. I like to not feel my foundation, okay? And as you guys can see, the match looks good, right? Right. So for concealer, I'm going to be using my Kevyn Aucoin and my Too Faced Born This Way, whatever. Where's my brush? I'm using SX12. I just know that this is going to look good, so I'm just going to use it. I was going to switch it up today, but I'm just going to leave my under eye alone, okay? Because every time I try to try a different little under eye combo, it just doesn't give, and I would like my face to give. And I'm gonna put the Born This Way on top, and I'm gonna blend it out at the same time. I personally like doing that. Works magic. Okay. And do I want to do, I don't think I want to do cream contour today. I have not really been doing it lately, believe it or not. It just kind of is an extra step that I feel like I don't need right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out with my chewed up sponge. Not my camera dying, but anyways, back to blending. Gonna go ahead and blend this out. And yes, it is a lot of concealer, but we have discussed this before. This is what I like. You see that under eye, baby? It is snatched. So I finally repurchased my Patrick Star One Size powder. And you guys, it's a staple. I feel like everybody needs to try this powder because it is freaking amazing. Like, I was wondering why I wasn't like in love with my makeup recently. It's because I didn't have this. This is the translucent shade and it is amazing. You guys are gonna instantly see the transformation. I just press that in, but I make sure that it's an even layer. I don't want one eye to look more, I don't want one eye to look more snatched than the other, so I just add it until it's even. Okay, like look at that shine on my head, you guys. And you see, you can kind of see texture, which I'm not mad at. But look, as soon as I add this, shine is gone and it looks filtered. Like, it looks like the texture is gone. Like, that's just crazy. Which that is what powder is supposed to do, in my opinion. Like a loose powder, that's what it's supposed to do. So I'm gonna set my eyebrows, which is also gonna help tone them down as well. You guys, I'm starving. Oh my gosh. So for my face powder today, I'm gonna be using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deep. And just press that in. I don't like to swirl. I'm just setting my face. And this is not necessarily adding coverage, but it does give you a nice, even kind of look and finish. So this is my favorite part of doing my makeup. I'm gonna be going in with my Fenty bronzer in Coco Naughty. I like Coco Naughty. It could be a little bit more, but I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of another bronzer later. But I don't like going in with the bronzer that's too dark because I just get too red and too muddy, and I just don't like that. I like to just gradually build my product. So yes, I'm actually using a lot of products, but like I always say, I'm not using a lot of product. I'm just, you know, building it up, taking my time, doing my thing, you know? Of course, I gotta use Coco Naughty on my nose. It's the only bronzer that I actually really like on my nose. I'll use something else, but it just doesn't hit the same. Like when I use Coco Naughty, like life-changing. Like, what is this shade? Like, it looks so good. And you see how the brows are kind of like going away? That's why I did them bold, because if I did them light first, then they would be like non-existent. So, and then I'm gonna take my Makeup Mario, which is a little darker and redder, as you guys can see the difference. Coco Naughty, Makeup Mario Deep, and I'm gonna add bronzer like right here, like towards the back. And you see how it gives me more depth? Yeah, tricks, guys. So I don't know about you, but I personally like a pink blush. Not pink, pink. I'm talking like pink, okay? I like blush. So I'm gonna use this. This is Date Night by Sephora. And so far, this has been like my favorite pink blush. And I'm just gonna apply it going upwards. So I'm not applying it really on the apples of my cheek. I'm going upwards on the face just to give a more lifted look. We want to look lifted, okay? And I like pile on my blush. Judge me if you want to, but I live like, oh my gosh, looks so good. So now that my face is baking, I guess, I'm gonna go back to my eyes and I'm going to add some black to my waterline. Do y'all see that? Do you see the difference that that just made? This is definitely giving a nighttime. So you can use any eyeliner, but this Huda Beauty one is gonna get you through tears. Any activities you decide to partake in, eyeliner is gonna stay intact, okay? So I'm gonna do my top liner, but I'm honestly gonna do a half liner. I haven't done that in a while, and I feel like that's a look on me. I really like that. And also because I'm wearing my hair in the middle part, I feel like it sometimes like crowds my face. So I don't want my face to look too rounded. I want it to still look like grown and sexy. So I'm gonna do my half liner situation. So that's how it should look. I like it because it gives me this sultry look without closing my eyes too much. So I don't know. I just go back and forth. It depends on the look and my mood, honestly. And that's as good as it's gonna get. This one always goes up and this one always goes out. That's probably why I be looking lazy-eyed. But I'm gonna find a lash. I literally have lashes all over my house. So whichever ones I feel like are gonna suit this look, I'm gonna do, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm letting my lashes dry. I really don't remember what lashes these are. If I do, I will link them below, but they're like a demi-wispy on steroids in my opinion, which I personally like for this kind of look. Some days I like the dramatic lash, some days I don't, okay? And I feel like with this half liner, you have to like tread lightly with the lash used. So, I was gonna do something and I forgot. So I don't always do this. I scaled back on it a little bit, but I want to today. So I'm gonna use this Charlotte Tilbury powder in the shade number 2. It's Airbrush Flawless Finish. And I'm gonna apply that right under my eyes just for like this brightening effect. It looks really good in pictures if I happen to have to take pictures today. The face be sitting. So I don't do it on a daily. I do it more so if I know I'm gonna take pictures, which makes sense, right? But it looks good. It looks good in person, but it photographs even better. Like, you think it's giving right now? Wait a minute. And I'm just gonna make sure I get this extra powder outside of my brow so that it doesn't look too ashy. And start using a brow serum. I feel like my brows are starting to like thin. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I have like 50 things in front of me and I'm like, what do I do? Highlighter. So I have been loving this Fenty Diamond Bomb. I just like it because it just looks so iridescent. When you first put it on, it definitely looks like a diamond bomb, like glitter everywhere, looks crazy. But once it settles into the skin and you spray your face, it looks like glossy, glowy skin. So I have been obsessed, and I picked up the shade Rose Rave. And I'm just gonna put that on my nose. I like the other one a lot, but it is a little bit too, it's a little too silvery. So then I slightly, we're highlighting the face again. Slightly put some on the cheeks. Because I'm telling you guys, it just wears so nicely. Like, it doesn't leave like a streak. It doesn't make it greasy. It just looks bomb. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. I'm gonna be using my NYX lip pencil in Espresso. This is one of my favorites. And for lipstick, I'm gonna be going in with Nikki's Nude from MAC. And I'm just gonna dab that. I moved my mirror closer, by the way. And typically I will go in with Oyster Girl, but my other one is done, and then I can't find my new one. So until I go back to MAC, this is what it is. I'm using MAC's Dazzle Glass and Dress to Dazzle, which is pretty much the same kind of thing. I think this formula is just a little thicker, but it works just as good. And then I'm gonna top it off with Fenty's Sweet Mouth. I think I've been saying fussy, but the lip combo is definitely Sweet Mouth. I just go over that. You know, you don't have to do all this, but I just like how it looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face with this Morphe spray. And then after that, I'm gonna do body mascara, which I'm not gonna do on camera. And then we're gonna come back with the completed look. Yes, face. And just let that dry. Just give resting bitch face for like 2 minutes. And then proceed. You guys, for some reason, I think it's gonna like storm or rain because it's gotten significantly darker and it is still very early in the day. So I am a little confused, but I'm gonna take this off now. Yeah, we're gonna need to add some powder so I don't have that line. Or not powder, I'm using my foundation brush to like blend that in seamlessly. So this is the hair, this is how it looks, okay? Super cute. I'm living. So I'm actually gonna curl the front again. Or actually, no, I'm not. I think I'm gonna leave it. I think I like this. And like the hair just has this like bounce to it and this density that I am living for. Like, and I love that the color is like right here. So it's like right in the front of my face, but it's not like overkill. As far as highlights, it is literally perfect. So yeah, guys, this is the hair. It looks freaking stunning. It's so simple, but definitely makes a statement. Like, I am in love. I'm in love, love, love. I love this look. I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some things around the house, and I will be back when I'm dressed and ready to head out, okay? Alright guys, so this is the completed look, hair and makeup. I'm about to step out. My outfit's very simple. Again, if you want to see the full outfit, check out my other channel and check out my vlog. I'm sure it will be up by now. But yeah, the makeup is stunning. The hair is laid and I look and feel good. So if you guys like this video, do not forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe and check out RPGSHOW Lifestyle. I will leave everything down in the description box. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.